Hello ladies and gentlemen, once again this is Jeremy Smith, Photo Jay the Great. I decided to finally get outside a little bit and for part 2 of our D5200 review. I've got the 70-200 mounted right now, and mainly we're going to just test the camera and see how it does action wise. I'll take a few other test photos of our test scene at high ISO so you guys get a good idea of that. But for the most part, I felt it was better to kind of report on how the camera does in a real world situation. There's lots and lots of sample photos on the internet already, so I thought it would be a little bit better if we did something a little bit different this time. I'm going to give the camera to my friend Jillian, and he's going to test and see how the camera does with action photos. Alright, I'm going to take her out for a pass. Okay, here we go.
Alright, camera's in program mode, and like I'm holding down the shutter, and the continuous focus it's got it locked on no matter like how close or how far away that it is. The focus is spot on, even with some of the complex maneuvers Jeremy's doing. Shouldn't be a problem for capturing action shots, especially fast moving ones. Especially when an object of interest goes from being really close to the camera to further away. Those little quick movements, the autofocus of the camera is able to catch up with it flawlessly.
Okay, I thought I would show you guys just a couple samples here. So far, in looking at the comments on all the videos, it seems to me as though everyone is more eager to see more about the camera itself, as opposed to looking at lots and lots of samples. So, from here on out, unless we're doing like a comparison of two cameras, which we'll be comparing this 5200 to the 3200 soon. So unless we're doing something like that, I won't show a whole lot of samples from here on out, because I feel like everyone, well, let's face it, there's lots and lots of samples online already, and I feel like you guys really want to see more about the camera itself. And I kind of struggle with this because a lot of times if I go out and shoot a lot of photos and do like a professional shoot with the camera, then any testing is almost, it's almost pointless, because with me doing portraits and things like that, there's lots of extra processing that goes into the files, and really that doesn't show you guys a whole lot about what the camera is going to do just straight out of camera. So anyways, and cut. But let's see, let's go ahead and take just a look at a few of these. Let's look at some of the, let's see, this is just, this one's just a bit soft, I noticed. Yeah, having all those extra okay. Let's again. Okay, just looking at okay, taking a quick look at just a few sample images here. Jillian did a pretty good job capturing photos. Okay, taking just a quick look at a few of these. Jillian did a good job of capturing my hexacopter in flight. And as with any sort of action, it's kind of hit or miss. We were shooting all these in, of course, continuous focus mode, and we used the 21-point dynamic area selection. And so, as the craft got out of the main center of focus, the camera did a pretty good job of handing off focus points. And as I just showed you guys, the buffer on this camera does pretty good. So let's see here, we've got a few shots in focus. Let's see, there's a few where you guys can kind of get an idea. of the flight pattern here. Okay, so we started out kind of stationary, and it actually that's the sequence I'm looking for right here. It starts out stationary, and as you can see, I'm right in the midst of doing a turn there, and then back again. Okay, so we'll look at these frames individually. Pretty good focus there. And it lost track of it there. And this is why I'm not an action photographer. I didn't want to embarrass myself, so I let someone else take these shots. No, seriously, I had to be the one flying this. I did shoot all of these in, well, sorry, Julian shot all these in JPEG. Thankfully, the update for Camera Raw has just come out. We'll definitely be revisiting some files with this camera whenever we compare it to the 3200 very, very soon. So yeah, we had some misfocus in a lot of these. Of course, this is a bit of a worst case scenario. Relatively small object flying against a bright sky with the evening sun. Not the easiest scenario for the focus system. But we will be testing this in more detail, so do stay tuned. And definitely write me in the comments below. One of the main things I want to know right now is how many sample photos you guys want to see versus how much of the camera you want to see. A lot of people have been asking me about camera tutorials, and I will be doing a lot more of that. I actually wasn't satisfied with just filming the back of the camera LCD, so I'm going to record the video signal from the camera, and that way, as I'm going through the menus and things, I don't have to worry about the screen timing out or worry about getting it out of focus or anything like that, because we'll be recording off the camera's video feed. So as soon as I get all set up to do that, that'll be one thing that we'll be doing. And I think that will be very beneficial to everyone. Yeah, let me know about samples versus camera. More sample, more say. You want to see more samples? Or you want to see more about the camera itself? I'm kind of inclined to go more the direction of more of the camera itself at this point. But let me know in the comments below. Until next time, this is Jeremy Smith, Photog J the Great, signing off.